In this RaceLine video, I'll be going over the top 5 best driving games on Roblox. We'll be talking about no Hesi, skill-based, roleplay, and more, showcasing each game's strong points so you can decide the best game for yourself. Starting off with the best no Hesi game. Of course, Midnight Chasers is the game that sweeps away this category. It's one of the few good no Hesi games on Roblox and it doesn't disappoint. It has good no Hesi physics, the traffic drives mostly linearly, but better than most Roblox games. They can take curves, which is pretty big, and it adds so much depth into the highways and traffic. The traffic cars also, they don't just ram you, and if you mess up you can always get back into flow pretty easily. And plus you can recreate your favorite Fast and Furious scene by driving under the trucks. Very nice. The map is decent, it focuses mainly on highways of course, and the highways are pretty nicely linked. You have your traffic filled highways as well as your empty ones for high speed or just cruising. And yeah, the map takes place in Japan. There is a lack of city or just normal areas, but the game is focused on no Hesi, so it doesn't really matter that much, and it has races and stuff too, so you can have fun with your friends. The car models here are pretty good actually, with a huge selection of cars here, and they sound decent. Another thing, the graphics, lighting, and car models really blend together really well, and you can see how amazing they look in these cinematic shots here. Midnight Chasers definitely has, if not the best, then one of the best graphics on here, and I mean, just look. Talking about car customization, that's also pretty neat. You can customize a bunch of stuff from paint, calipers, rims, tire profiles, tire sidewalls, as well as upgrading performance features like aspiration, engine, so on and so forth. The community is alright too, but yeah, I think Midnight Chasers definitely deserves this spot. The developers work pretty hard on the game to update it regularly, although the only thing I wish for this game is that it would expand a bit more from just being no Hesi. So yeah, if no Hesi is your thing and you like Midnight Chasers so far in this video, then make sure to go check it out. I'll have all these games linked in the description below. Anyways, moving on to the second category, best roleplay driving game. And in my books, this one definitely goes to Southwest Florida, and I'm definitely gonna get some hate for this. Honorable mentions before I start: Greenville, Emergency Response Liberty County, and more. They're all great roleplay games. Greenville even has licensed Carve, but for me, I've played Southwest Florida and been in the community for a while, and I think it deserves a spot. Because even though it's already a great game, the future revamp is definitely gonna set it apart. But anyway, Southwest Florida has some pretty good roleplay mechanics to be on this list. A lot of jobs to choose from: police, firefighter, dealership workers, or even Starbucks employees. All of them are pretty interactive, which makes roleplay pretty good, and the game also has a bunch of roleplay communities that keep this game alive. The car models are also pretty good, not so much with the 2D wheels. The customization is very limited, but you can get decent tuning options if you buy them with Robux. But if you look at the revamp, the cars are great even when they're fictionalized. They look amazing and the developers are doing a really good job. And we finally have 3D wheels. Earning money in this game, that isn't really that nice. You really just have to be AFK. The map is of course based in Florida. Not the best, but detail is given where it's required. Fairly large, so you won't run out of roleplay areas, and the server size is also pretty big, so that's a plus point. Main reason for Southwest Florida being featured is because of the upcoming revamp, which promises a lot of stuff. I made a full video compiling all this stuff, you guys can go check that out. It has great car models, advanced features, advanced roleplay mechanics, and all that stuff, which will definitely set Southwest Florida apart. So yeah, if you basically start playing Southwest Florida right now, you're investing into the future. Moving on to the third category, which is of course best arcade driving game. This one goes to none other than Drive World. Despite there not being a lot of success in arcade racing games on Roblox, Drive World pulls it off really well. Starting with the physics, it has great arcade mechanics, driving feels fast, sound effects, destructibles. All this together makes the game feel really alive and fun, honestly. And one thing it does better than a lot of games is that it pulls off a feeling of fast-paced gameplay or driving, which most racing games really don't. The map in Drive World is pretty large and expands on the arcade vibe, with ramps, speed boosts, big jumps, destructibles, and some interactive things like delivering trailers, which makes the game feel fun. And another bonus point is that the game is really optimized, meaning you can easily run it on lower end PCs. Despite the main map Golden Valley USA being huge, we still have other maps as well. Another map based in Japan, a complete track map, as well as an auction map because this game has auctions you can do with limited cars. The cars here are pretty good too, another huge selection. One thing, the cars are fictionalized. They don't look great, but Drive World is more for having fun and less about graphics. I'm sure you could tell by now. But the chassis and how cars drive, of course, is also arcadey. Cars are quick and fast, get airborne and drift easily, slide around and so on. Customization in most cars is also pretty good. A lot of them have body kits as you can see on this R34. You can customize just about anything. Progression as well in Drive World is really good. You can do tons of races for money, do side tasks like trailers, and this is one of the only games on this list that has an actual campaign mode where you race against NPC cars. And there's just so much more to talk about in Drive World. That's why it deserves a spot here. This game also gets weekly updates, so there's always something to look forward to. So yeah, that's Drive World and it wins that spot easily. Make sure to go check it out. Moving on to the fourth category, which is Best Open World, and this one goes to Driving Empire. Open World might be misleading, but I couldn't think of any other name. Honorable mention before I start is Vehicle Legends. Driving Empire and Vehicle Legends are relatively on the same boat and usually same content. But because Driving Empire is backed by a major company, it can excel in a lot of areas. But Vehicle Legends is also a great game, just different audiences and way of execution. Now let's talk about Driving Empire. Driving Empire is the #1 driving game on Roblox, not exactly by being better, but by sheer numbers in player count. It has a realistic and arcade physics style overall. Starting with the major feature of Driving Empire, it is the pinnacle of car licensing on Roblox. With more licensed brands than any game on Roblox, including your favorite brands like Lamborghini, Porsche, Koenigsegg, Audi, Toyota, and new brands and cars being added every single week. This alone sets Driving Empire apart. Even though other games do have licensed cars, they don't have as many brands or as good as Driving Empire. This is of course because, as I mentioned, Driving Empire is backed by Voldex, the same company that owned Brookhaven, so funding isn't a major issue. And the licensed car models are amazing too. They have great quality and detail, variety, decent sounds, which sets Driving Empire apart. How do the cars behave? Well, it's not exactly difficult to drive in game, but it's not super easy as well. The chassis isn't something special honestly, but it gets the job done. Customization for cars is good, but mostly limited because of licenses. That said, some cars like Lamborghinis or TVRs have great customization. Tuning performance is just senseless though, but it's there and you can definitely change a bunch of things. Besides licenses, another major W for Driving Empire is that they have pretty good collaborations. For example, just a few weeks ago we had a collab with LEGO, and we have ongoing collabs with NASCAR. The map in Driving Empire is also pretty big. Highways, city areas, mountain ranges, you can find them all. Driving Empire also focuses on houses. You can buy from a variety of houses, super detailed, showcase your cars, roleplay, I guess. However, progression in Driving Empire though, not the best. Races are the best way to earn, but the game is just diluted with basically free money, like cash for ads, AFK earnings, playtime rewards, driving cash. But still, it isn't the worst and you can race your way up. Talking about races, we have a lot. From official NASCAR races to drag races or cross country, there's everything, which is pretty fun. Well, there's still a couple of things to talk about, but I think you guys understand. Basically, Driving Empire is like Forza Horizon, but on Roblox, with limitations. Definitely go check it out if you're into detailed cars, racing, cruising, collaboration, etc. Now we're moving on to the final category, which is Best Skill-Based Game. Before I talk about this one, make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying the video so far. A lot of effort went into this video just to make it as good as it is. But the winner of this category is undoubtedly Midnight Racing Tokyo. Midnight Racing Tokyo is the peak of skilled driving games on Roblox. The game features a realistic style overall, especially in driving. The game is set in Japan with lots of locations and maps to choose from, like the main Tokyo City map, Tobe maps like Mount Otsuki, Ichikawa, and circuit courses like Scuba Circuit, Tokyo Bay Area, and more. Each map features unique layouts, racing events, and overall environments. Driving in the game is mostly realistic. cars aren't crazy fast, but instead they actually feel like they have some weight and power to them. MRT has over 180 cars, mostly Japanese from 1980s to 2000s. Of course, you can also have some foreign cars like Lamborghinis for those who enjoy that. And by far in this list, Midnight Racing has the most in-depth tuning and customization system. There is so much to customize on cars, body kits, spoilers, stickers, headlights, and the list just keeps going on, as you can see. And tuning is also very detailed. You can purchase ECU stages, adjust your gear ratios, tire types, brakes, suspension, camber, almost about anything. The tuning is also a very important part of the game because every single slight tweak can change your car completely. The way it drives, the way it behaves. Another good thing about Midnight Racing Tokyo is that the progression is very well balanced, at least in my opinion. For example, there's level locks for higher tier and more expensive cars, as well as tuning. And the only way to earn is through races or challenges, and what that gets you is a very race focused player base. And racing itself is not easy, especially for higher paying races. You need to get used to the cars because even a small mistake will... yeah. That said, it's not a perfect game and there's issues like not good optimization, slow loading, and other stuff, especially on lower end devices, and the game isn't updated that consistently. Updates do come and the developers work hard on the game. There's new cars, features, remodels, everything being made. But the game is still in alpha only, despite having been released in 2019. Well, I think now is a good time to wrap up the video. We've talked about every single best game, and let me know if you guys want to see a part 2, because we could maybe feature best off-road games, best track games, and so much more. And if you enjoyed the video, then make sure to go ahead and drop a like or dislike if you didn't. Consider joining the channel if you want to support our content, because it helps out a ton, and you get a bunch of cool perks, like roles in our Discord server, early access to videos, and member-only shorts. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.